If you're working with a financial advisor, you need to be aware of these 4 conflicts of interest that can affect your bottom line. I'm Marc Sabourin from Winnipeg Financial Planning. Let's get into it. Conflicts of interest will arise when your goals or financial interests are not in line with your advisors. Now, most of the time, this is due to your advisor's compensation arrangement. And in most cases, advisors get paid based on the value of the portfolio they manage on your behalf. Don't get me wrong, I don't think there's anything wrong with this compensation method. And in most cases, it's quite advantageous as they have a vested interest in growing your portfolio. But if you are paying your advisor in this manner, then you need to be aware of these 4 conflicts. Let's say you come into $100,000 and you ask your advisor whether you should pay off some debt or invest that money. Now, there's no right or wrong answer here. In some cases, it's better to pay off debt. In other cases, it's better to invest. But if your advisor is recommending that you invest that money, is it actually in your best interest or is it actually in theirs, right? Because if they're managing more money on your behalf, they're going to be getting paid more. So how can you protect yourself from this situation? Well, in my opinion, this is where working with a financial advisor that has also built you a financial plan can be so beneficial. If you have a financial plan, your advisor can show you what both scenarios look like. So if you pay off the debt, this is what it's going to look like this year, next year, 10 years, 20 years down the road. And same thing if you invest the money. So now you're armed with additional information. You know what both scenarios look like long-term, and you can make a decision that works for you. In some instances, it may make sense to make additional RRSP or RRIF withdrawals when you're retired, even if you don't need the money to potentially avoid a 50% tax bomb at death. You can check out this strategy to see whether it makes sense for you via the link on the screen. An advisor may not recommend this strategy to you, even if it's in your best interest, because that would mean additional withdrawals from your portfolio. Now, if your advisor is getting paid based on the value of your portfolio, it's not in their best interest for you to be taking out money. Again, the best way to get around the situation is to have a retirement plan where your advisor can show you what's the impact of making additional withdrawals from your RRSPs or RRIF. If your advisor has incorporated mutual funds within your portfolio, they may be receiving a trailing commission directly from the mutual fund company. So let's say that your advisor buys you XYZ mutual fund that has an annual fee of 2.5%. This essentially means that your return will be lowered by 2.5% every year. Now, of that fee, your advisor may be receiving a trailing commission of, let's say, 1% that gets paid directly to them. So the conflict that arises is that more aggressive funds will usually pay more than conservative investments. So let's say that a growth mutual fund pays your advisor 1%, whereas a conservative mutual fund only pays your advisor 0.5%. This creates a conflict of interest because your advisor gets paid more for putting you in more aggressive funds rather than more conservative funds, which may not be in line with your risk tolerance. So the best way to get around this is to work with an advisor that gets paid the same, regardless of what type of investment that you own in your portfolio. If you have a pension, you may have the option to choose between receiving a monthly payment for life or a lump sum amount once you retire. Now, if you ask your advisor which option that you should choose, keep in mind that it's in their best interest for you to take the lump sum payment, because that will likely mean there's more money for you to invest in your portfolio, which in turn they will get paid on. So similar to the paying off debt or investing conflict that we already covered, the best way to protect yourself from this is to have a retirement plan that shows you what happens in both scenarios, whether you take a monthly payment or a lump sum amount. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit subscribe to see our future videos.